So a subscriber asked me what is the cost of car insurance for a Golf 8R, so I figured I'd do a quick video on it to kind of give you an idea. And obviously if you're insured on a Golf 8R, you know, a lot of people obviously own the car and drive it on my channel and stuff like that, and I'm looking forward to driving one again soon and sharing it on the channel. Put your sort of estimates in the comments as well, because I really think that will help people out to give them a gauge. Now I know car insurance is very sort of, it's very specific to the individual. It depends on age, it depends on no claims, it depends on location, you know, where you park the car, all these kind of things. There's so many different variables, and also it obviously does depend on the car and like the history built up by like car insurance providers. They have a database to say, oh, you know what, this car's been stolen X amount of times, this one's been in that amount of accidents, or maybe this one hasn't been in any, so in which case it's a lower insurance group. Obviously insurance group is one thing as well. Golf 8R, you know, you're looking at 320 horsepower four-wheel drive. It's a quick car, so it's going to cost you a fair bit to insure. Now obviously as I'm talking, I'll kind of share, I can't really exactly tell you, just say, oh, you know, my cost of to insure a Golf 8R is this much, because that's not really going to help you out. But what I can do is I can tell you what I currently pay, and I've literally recently had a renewal for my Mark 7 Golf R. That's a 3-door manual, and I pay, as you can see here, I'll write down £450 per year. And that is with I think it's a £600 excess. So it was like £500 voluntary and £100 voluntary and £500 extra, something like that. I did a quote for like exactly the same data, exactly the same mileage, exactly the same location. Nothing has changed, and these are literally within recent days apart, so this is a pretty good comparison on a Golf 8R. And my cheapest quote came back, and this was from like Compare the Market and stuff, was £750, and that was with the exact same type of excess. 500 voluntary, £100 compulsory. So with these details you can see that basically it's a plus £300, which in the grand scheme of things, when you're spending £40,000 plus on a car, doesn't seem that big. But obviously you've got to remember these things are in sort of percentages wise. You know, I'm in my 30s now, I've had my license for over 10 years. You know, I've never had an accident, I've got plenty of no claims, all this kind of stuff. You know, I think the area I live in is pretty good. You know, it has off-street parking, so you know there's a few things that run in my favour. What can help you and give you some sort of gauge is first of all, do your own car insurance quotes. You know, it's simple. Go onto Google, type it in. It's not exactly too challenging to kind of work out and go through. But obviously if you're a little bit younger, and let's say you have a Mark 7 Golf R and you're paying £1,500 a year, and you want to get into a Mark 8 Golf R, based on this you've got to be expecting that price is probably going to be another maybe £1,000 like for like. That's what I would kind of gauge. Obviously as you double the price, you're going to double the amount extra that you're going to pay. Now one thing I would say, an automatic car, I've always had insurance quotes and it's always cost me a little bit more than a manual, and that was one reason why I went for it. Autos tend to have higher insurance groups and you know all these kind of things. You know, I don't know why, you know, there's all sorts of potential reasons around it, but that's just what happens, and that's what I've kind of learned, particularly when I was getting car insurance quotes in the past. You cannot get a Golf 8R in a manual, you can only get it in the States, which is a big shame, but yeah, that's what you're going to have to pay. So from my comparison of a Mark 7 Golf R to a Mark 8 Golf R, you're going to be looking at sort of like an extra, sort of 40% on top of what you're currently paying if you've got Golf 7R. And I actually think the Golf is actually in a pretty good insurance group when you compare it to sort of other manufacturers, just because it still has obviously all the Golf sort of credentials. For example, like a Focus RS for me was almost sort of like £1,000, I think, last time I did a quote on that a couple of years ago, and that was a good sort of £500 more than what I was paying, what I got quoted for a Golf R. So that gives you a little idea. I hope that helps you out. I hope you enjoyed the clips as I've been talking. And if you're looking for insurance on a Golf 8R, expect to pay a little bit more. But yeah, thoughts as always in the comments. Hopefully this has helped you out, given you an idea, and subscribe to the channel for plenty more content, and check back on previous content to see if you enjoyed the sort of stuff that I do. But thanks for watching. Cheers guys. See how quick it is. 3, 2, 1, let's go.